At long last, a new Persona 5 spin-off has been unveiled. After roughly 7 years of the planned P5 spin-offs existing as nothing but 3 to 4 letter .jp domain names, news broke just yesterday of the next P5 game to be released. Persona 5 The Phantom X is being developed by Blackwing Games and published by Perfect World Games, both Chinese companies, with oversight by Atlus's P Studio, including character designs provided by Shigenori Soejima-sensei. At present, the game has only been announced for iOS and Android system, and only a Chinese release has been confirmed, though the exact date has yet to be revealed. However, the demo will be playable on PC, opening up that as a possibility moving forwards. Unlike previous Persona spin-offs, this game seems to be aiming at a reboot of the basic idea with a separate cast of characters rather than featuring a returning main cast, though it is still too early to say for certain if any P5 characters will return at all, be them in minor or major roles. To be honest, I am very mixed about this game. On one hand, I am glad that the Persona 5 spin-offs have not been forgotten and are finally seeing the light of day, but on the other, this is a microtransaction-fueled mobile game. And while Atlus themselves aren't exactly known for excessive, shameless avarice, they are not the ones making or publishing this specific entry. The Chinese economy is a heavily capitalist one, arguably one of the worst examples in the world of prioritizing profit over people. And even if this game is not outrageous in that respect, the model itself should always be scrutinized for the gambling that it is, and we should never forget that. Not helping my skepticism is the disappointing quality of previous P5 spin-offs. The P5 and free dancing games are widely considered as shameless cash grabs and amongst the worst in the series. And as the game predates Q2 and P5S and R, the pool of music for dancing in Starlight is noticeably lacking when compared to the dancing games for P3 and 4. My issue with P5S is a bit more substantive, and that deserves its own video one day. But to simplify, I found the game to be lacking in new ideas, excessively retreading Persona 5's plot and particulars without any new perspective or nuance to make this retread interesting. A case of prioritizing tributes and references to what came before above its own identity and substance. And unfortunately, that could well be the direction that the Phantom X goes in, as the gameplay trailer literally reveals who I assume will be the first palace ruler to have an athletic background and to be pressuring a girl in some way, shape, or form, in the same way that An was pressured by Kamoshida, who was a former Olympic gold medalist. But all that said, that isn't to say that there aren't things about this project that don't seem interesting. The official trailer reveals the literal room underwater, and it's an aesthetic that I really like. I love how the first shot is literally a whale literally above the protagonist. It's an immediately gripping shot that makes me anticipate this game if nothing else, even if I don't necessarily play it, but only watch a Let's Play online. Also, I just have to make this quick correction. The gameplay trailer does confirm that at the very least EY will return. This obviously isn't from the same recording as the rest of the video, but I just wanted to make this correction. I didn't notice that EY was in there until I was editing the video, so sorry about that. The rest of the video will now follow. Now, I am not saying that Phantom X is doomed to mediocrity or an association with intense debt, but I am advocating for cautious optimism with regards to this game. Me personally, I am going to wait to see how bad the microtransactions are before I even consider playing it, but that's just me. If you have your own thoughts or feelings on this announcement, I'd appreciate it if you commented down below. To end off this video, I'd like to say that if I had to take a guess at which P5 domain this refers to, it would be p5m.jp, which many had speculated stood for Persona 5 Mobile. And this is, again, a mobile game. Given that P5U is probably going to be Persona 5 Arena, that only really leaves P5B as the wild card of what we don't know yet. If you have any speculation or interesting conjecture, you can leave that down in the comments as well. I've been pretty good at reading and replying to various comments, and have enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you're still on the fence about subscribing, now that we're at the end of the video, here are some recommendations. One from me personally, 6 colors for Persona 6, which you see on the left, and a video as recommended by the YouTube algorithm on the right. I know that I said that my list of 6 for Nocturne would be my next video, but this news dropped literally right after I uploaded my last video, and so I wanted to make this video while the subject was still relevant, something I often miss out on. I hope everybody has a nice weekend. I will see you hopefully next week.